I have to apologize, Miriam. This is Zoom as usual. And I think that Hanadi is coming, so let me share my screen and let's complete while waiting Hanadi to enter the meeting. This is it, and this is the file. Okay, so Rima Mariam, I was saying something which is really important. Again, if you want to use two thas, this is the first the, this is the second the, and we have a comma here. This is the first clause, and this is the second clause. I mean, Rima Mariam, if you want to use this rule, you have to write the clause in independent clause. I mean, you have to write the subject, verb, object, and here subject, verb, object. You notice that the bigger this is verb, and here we don't have a verb. So you have to say the bigger this is, or the bigger the car is, the faster the car is again. So I think here the is missing. So we have to add is.
The bigger this is, the faster will be the car.
Will be exactly. I mean, thank you so much. I mean, you have to mention a verb.
A
So
verb,
this,
yes. Second,
exactly.
without verb.
So without a verb, I think it is by mistake. We have to be
Yes.
careful about using the. Notice that bigger, faster. You have to write two independent clauses, not dependent, independent. This is not complex, but compound sentence.
Yes.
Can
Okay.
we tell the faster is the car?
No, the faster the
No?
car is, exactly no. Okay. Why?
Why?
Because
Because we can consider the faster is the noun is the car.
okay.
يعني the car is the يعني we identify the faster by the car.
Notice the bigger is adjective. And
Okay.
the car is subject. So the bigger the car is. If you want to say the bigger is the car, this is a question.
Yes, okay.
Okay, so the bigger the car is, the faster the car is again.
Okay.
So this is it. For example, the more let me say, the more you study, the best you will be, for example. So notice that I use two independent clauses, which is compound. So be careful, you cannot use one compound, one complex, because this is completely wrong. Okay, after discussing the vocab, now I think it's the time to discuss the idioms. Now we have seatbelt, end, bend, seat, and gear. Number one
What is the meaning of band?
Bend.
Yes.
Bend means, for example, ينحني.
ينحني. Okay.
أو منعطف.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Now, number one is saying, this new login procedure is driving me round the what?
The bend.
Bravo, round the bend.
The band.
So
Yes,
it drives someone. It drives someone round the bend. Absolutely, we have to know its meaning. It drives me crazy. Or let me open this dictionary and let me write, we drive someone around or round the bend. A drive, this is drive, this is me or someone round the bend. I hope that I could not drive me around the bend. Exactly, this is it. Okay, so this is the meaning of this idiom. To make someone very bored or very angry.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Yes.
So this is the
Drive
meaning.
someone around.
Bravo. So please, instead of saying angry, angry, angry all the time, it is really good to use this idiom to express your angriness. So drive me round the bend. This is idiom number one. And let me cross bend. Two. Okay, it's time to change and practice some of this new grammar.
Change gear.
To change gear, exactly. Change gear. The meaning of change gear is to change the mission completely. Change
Yes.
gear. I don't know if this dictionary can show us the meaning. Let me try to search about it. I think I have, this is it. Change gear or change the gear. Again, it is a good idiom. Over the moon, no, not over the moon. Change gear. I hope that, this is it. Literally, absolutely, guys, the literal meaning is to switch the car, to switch the bicycle. This is the literal meaning. But if you are talking about idioms, you mean to move or switch from one thing, one mission, one task,
Yes.
one topic
Yes.
to another one.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Change the gear.
Bravo. Change the gear if you are using a car or bike. This is the literal meaning. But now we are talking about what? About idioms.
Idioms.
Yes.
Bravo. So please, you have to be careful about the literal meaning and idioms. You know what, guys? I think I have to show you something. I don't know if I have shown you before, but you have to be careful about idioms because the phrasal verbs, guys, have two meanings. The literal meaning and the idiomatic meaning. Let me show you because you have to have the full picture about idioms. I think this is mentioned in level 2. Let me try to open level 2 because there's something you have to know about phrasal verbs because one kind of phrasal verbs is idiom. The second one is idiomatic. Let me try to scroll down because I remember that I've seen this practice in level 2. So please give me 1 minute just to scroll down because I need you to notice something in talking about phrasal verbs. I hope that I can find it. Is it up? No. Not in this page, not in this page or this. No, it's not. I don't completely remember the practice, but you have to be careful because we have a phrasal. No, we don't. It is not here. Okay. I'm sorry, guys, but by the way, let me tell you something. And we have two kinds of phrasal verbs. And please be careful because what I'm going to mention is really important. Let me open a new file and let me show you the two kinds of phrasal verbs. This is phrasal verbs. Wait. This is the phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs. Okay. In phrasal verbs, we have two kinds. One is called literal phrasal verbs. Literal phrasal verbs. And we have idiomatic phrasal verbs too. Idiomatic phrasal verbs. Okay, what is the difference between idiomatic phrasal verbs and idiomatic? Let me give you an example. Let's talk about pick up. Do you know the meaning of pick up?
Yes.
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 What is the meaning of pick up?
To take someone with us
With you.
in the car.
What else? For example, if I want to say, can you please pick the paper up?
We can use command.
Is يعني وين?
This is literal phrasal verbs. Why? Because I can take the verb and I can guess the meaning of the phrasal verb from the verb. Pick. Okay, for example, move back. So what is the meaning of move back?
ترجع.
برافو. فأنا عرفت إنه يرجع من الverb صح؟
Yes.
فلما أعرف المعنى guys من الverb this is called literal phrasal verbs. بس بدي انتبه من idiomatic. For example, let me give you an example. If I want to say you pick the language, you pick up the language slowly. What does that mean?
You speak
You
slowly.
are not
Ah,
learning. You are not learning
bravo.
the language.
You are learning slowly. So the meaning of picking up here is not to pick something up. This is idiomatic. Another example, and please listen to me. If I want to say, you can take off your jacket. Take off your jacket. What does this sentence mean? Or take off?
تشلح.
Oh, bravo. So I knew it because we have the verb take. This is literal. Oh, bravo. This is literal a phrasal verb. But take a look at this example. The plane,
Take off.
oh, bravo, takes off every hour. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of take off?
Right.
Oh, bravo. So please, this has another meaning. This is literal, a phrasal verb. And this is not literal, a phrasal verb. This is idiomatic. Like pick up and pick up, take off and take off. Like get on and get on. Another example, wait. If I want to say I get on with my parents very well, I get on very well. Or I get on with you very well. Very well. What is and? We have another example. I get on the bus carefully. I get on the bus carefully. Notice that we have two phrasal verbs, get on and get on. Keep in mind that get on, the bus is يصعد. This is a literal phrasal verb. But get on is يتفق مع. This is idiomatic. Please be careful. Okay? So this is the difference between idiomatic phrasal verbs and literal phrasal verbs. ما أصلا معنى literally المعنى الحرفي. Okay. Now I think we have to go to the next. So change gear is to change the mission completely. If you are driving a car and you want to change gear, this is something different. After 8 hours of talks, negotiations seemed to have come to a dead
And
end. Exactly.
dead end.
Do you know the meaning of
I
dead
do.
end?
Yes.
Dead end.
هي
طريق مسدود يعني.
Bravo,
طريق
exactly. This is a dead end. This is a good idiom. Let me cross end and cross gear and cross bend. Now we have Sandra, you're in the driving on this
Seat.
project. In the driving seat. Exactly.
Yes.
So, driving seat. What is the meaning of a driving seat?
موقع القيادة.
A driving seat, exactly. So you are in the driving seat on this project. And
Fasten your seatbelt.
exactly, thank you. This is, so driving seat. Now fasten your things are about fasten your
seatbelt.
Seat bolt. So fasten your seat bolt. Things are about to get interesting. So what does seat bolt mean here?
يعني شد
Be ready
الأحزمة.
يعني. Be ready.
Exactly. So fasten your seat bolt. We are about to start our journey or to start our project. So this is it. So again, please, idioms is extremely important. And you have to be careful about them. Try to use them as much as you can. Please, you have to manage too much practices and use them in too much examples, because if you don't practice them, there will be idioms, and absolutely you will not be able, or you will forget them fast. Okay. Now, if you notice before in this sentence, here, the bigger this is, the faster the car. So we have two clauses you notice here. The bigger, this is adjective, and this is comparative. The engine, the faster the speed. So this is again, we have adjective comparative. The later you are, the more red the traffic lights you will need. The faster, the more petrol. So I think the next class, we are going to discuss this rule because this rule is really important. Okay?
Yes.
I don't know if tomorrow, will you be busy? Because tomorrow is the first day about Eid al-Fitr. I guess that you will be busy. I don't know. Will you?
For me, I will not be able to attend tomorrow.
No, it's the first. So what do you think to delay this? I think, Hanadi Maryam Rima, because Ramadan is finished, we arrange our classes to be 3 times weekly, not twice. Okay, so we will go back to our ordinary schedule just to meet 3 times a week.
Okay, no problem.
Yes,
But
no problem.
exactly, but I think absolutely not these 3 days because I know that you will be busy and too much things to do. So let's
Yes,
discuss.
no,
I
يعني
know.
نهار العيد ما ضروري.
Yes. So we cannot meet the next 3 days, but absolutely after that we have to go to
Next week.
the classes as usual, as we used to.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Deal.
I have to say that كل عام وانتم بخير وإن شاء الله بنعاد
وأنت
عليكم
بألف
على
خير.
عهدكم
أنت
بالخير
بخير.
يا رب.
نعاد على الجميع بألف
يا
خير
رب
إن شاء
يا
الله.
رب. Thank you so
شكراً
much,
يا
girls, and have a nice night.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Thank
Thank
Bye.
you.
you. You too.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.